to our Thursday live stream about hypnotherapy marketing. As you remember well, last time we had a look at two websites of some of our hypnotherapy friends, Stephanie and Jasmine. And today we are continuing our analysis, quick analysis, and looking at best practices when it comes to best landing pages, best practices in terms of the design of landing pages. Before I kickstart, let me just make sure that you can, as always, hear and see me correctly. So if you can hear and see me correctly, then please tell me so in the comment section underneath that video. And other than that, let me just maybe take one step back to explain to you all, for those of you who are joining this and are new on the call, what we're doing here. So basically, I'm explaining to you, first of all, the big difference between a website and a landing page. And by following the presentations and the analysis I do of your websites, I hope you'll understand. You'll begin to see the big difference between a website and a landing page, and how crucial it is to have dedicated landing pages, which is nothing else than a web page, but a web page dedicated to a specific topic or a specific service or a specific product, if it's not hypnotherapy services, so that people who arrive on that page have one thing only to do, and that is to take the action that you want them to take. And the big difference when it comes to landing pages is obviously that on websites we have a header menu, so people have choices. They can go to your About Us section, to your products and services. They can learn more about the type of hypnotherapy that you're offering. So there are various type of information that you'd like to share with your public when they come to your website, and it's important, right? It's sort of a brochure that presents the entire picture of who you are and what you're doing. But when it comes to converting visitors to your website into paying clients, to have them laser focused, informed about a specific service you're offering, and more importantly, take a desired action that you'd like them to take, then you need a landing page, a dedicated web page specifically to that service. The way this looks like, very shortly, let me go back to, I think it was Andrea's website. Let's have a look. 1 second. Here we go. Let's have a look at Stephanie's. So you see here Stephanie's website with all the sections that are available and a lot of more information that she provides in terms of the services she's offering: single RTT sessions, the Freedom program, the Healing Parent program, RTT for children. She has a blog. She talks about specific products, an FAQ section, sorry. So a lot of things going on, and that's typical for a website, and it has to be like, because that's like we provide our visitors with the general information of what we're offering. And I do pretty much the same on the website that I'm currently building for my own hypnotherapy services. You see, I have my social buttons here. I have back to the homepage, about me, what I help with. Instead of sending people away to a different page, though, I reduce everything to the maximum, and I send people to a section on the same page. Here, for example, when I click on About Me, I'm scrolling down to a section where I give a short explanation about myself. I could add a separate section to the About Me, but that's not what I like doing, because I like people to keep on the same page, stay on the same page. And when we click on what I help with, you come to the group of obstacles that I'm addressing, that I help solve for people. So now, what's the difference? If this is my website, what's the difference to a landing page? So let's go to a specific landing page, one that has been completed for Stop Smoking. So if I click here, you see a landing page which looks very similar to the page that you just saw in terms of the overall design, and that's what we want. We want it to look similar. We have our testimonials. We have the wall of love that will send to more testimonials, and you have the free discovery call button here in comparison to the website, where at the very top I have all these options that people can click on and investigate. And on your websites, Stephanie and Jasmine, you're sending to various different pages. You leave that page. What I'm doing is I keep it on the page, but when I come to a specific landing page, and this is my stop smoking landing page, you'll notice that there are no longer menu options. I took them off that page because there's only one action that I want people to take on that site, on that specific page, and that is to book a free discovery call. And the thought behind this is very simple. Nothing will ever happen for me and my business when it comes to helping people overcome obstacles if they don't go into what I call, or what we all generally call as marketers, a marketing funnel. And the marketing funnel for me starts with a discovery call. So I do not want to talk anyone on the phone without knowing what they want to work on and if they're committed to actually change what they'd like to change. So this is why this page here, sorry, this is not the page, this is the page, why this page has just one call to action, and this is the free discovery call. So there's nothing else they can do on this page. They can read about the problem and how I approach solving the problem of smoking. I explain the problem, how to take action for long-lasting results. So there's something people obviously need to know about that specific topic. But you see, whenever it comes to do one thing on that page, it's always possible only to take a free discovery call. So basically, I bring people into this funnel with one overarching objective, and that is bring that person to book a discovery call. And as I explained last week, let's see if this button has already been configured correctly, because this is brand new, basically. Yeah. So I don't open, as you see here, as it's most often you see that when somebody clicks on a discovery call link, you open a Calendly link so that people can actually book that directly with you. I don't do that. What I do is I run people through a small questionnaire, quick questionnaire, to validate who they are, where they come from, and most importantly, if they're committed to change or not. And I do this to reduce the number of discovery calls, because a lot of people think if something is free, there is no engagement required from my site. So free is easy, right? Clicking on a button, free discovery call, is easy to book the call. So I want to talk to people that I know that are committed, and this is the questionnaire basically that runs through a series of questions, and then that provides me with the answer whether or not that person is committed enough. Or if the person is not committed enough, well, then I tell them politely and kindly that this would probably not be the right time for us to meet on a discovery call. So this is to reduce basically the number of people that I take on during the discovery call, so that my time remains freed up for people who'd like to have a session with me, who have made the decision to make that change, because otherwise my week will very quickly fill up with free discovery calls and I have no more place left for actually serving paying clients. That's the purpose of this call, of this funnel, of this portion of the funnel. And so basically, again, quick step backwards. We do all this so that you understand what the place is of a website in your overall marketing, and it's an important one. You shouldn't scrap your website, obviously. It's an important one, but it only is important as a brochure. It is not the best solution when it comes to converting visitors into clients. They need to arrive on a landing page. And this is basically what is happening here. So again, you have here the website, and whenever they click on those services, and we develop one separate landing page for each of those of those services or obstacles that we address, and then they arrive on the landing page. Good. So that's basically a very quick rundown of what we spoke about last week. Now let's go back to the landing page best practices and continue where we stopped last week. And I think we stopped with use clear and compelling copy. which obviously is important. And you see that point mentioned, developed very clearly here. I'm talking about getting back on track with Stef, and whenever they are interested in a specific service, stop smoking. I only talk about this time, stop smoking for good. That's all we do. Very, very precise, no lengthy discourses, snappy titles that explain to people right away that they're on the right spot, and then they continue reading. So that's the important thing here. Now keep it fast. It's this next point. It is quite important, if not very important, to keep landing pages or your web pages, depending what you're designing with, very fast when they load on the mobile browser or on the PC browser, on your Mac browser, so that these pages are there quickly, because for a very simple reason, we all know that we've become very impatient when it comes to the internet, and we want everything right away. And that's one of the reasons why Amazon is bringing us products within 24 hours, because we are just like getting accustomed to get things with a click of a button. So, and the same happens and is valid and is applicable for landing pages when you are trying to tell people what you're doing and to convince them that you're the right person to take care of the obstacle that they'd like to remove. So page load speed is very important. Ideally, we want them with a snap of the finger, visible right away, but that's not always happening. So whenever you've got a website such as Wix, WordPress, Squarespace, whatever type of integrated, what we call a CMS, a content management system, those pages take a longer time, because the entire infrastructure of such a web development or content management system is such that it has a lot of functionality possibilities built in. And even if you do not use them, they need to be loaded most of the time when somebody clicks on a link to open your website. So there is a lot of things going on in the background, and those things take time. A landing page builder, a dedicated landing page builder, loads faster, because the most important thing that happens here is loading the images and the text, and no additional functionality. I mean, or at least very small amounts of additional functionality. And that reflects in the time they load. And landing page builders have been designed for that purpose. They have been designed to transform people as fast as possible into a paying client, or taking an action, the one that you want them to take, like in our case, or in my case, booking a discovery call. So let me show you what I did for the website of the analysis for Stephanie's website. You see here Stephanie's website. So in order to test the speed of your web page, you would go to a tool called Gmetrics. It's gmetrics.com, and then there's a link to go to test your website speed. So we've got here a grade of C, which is not awfully bad, right? But it's not the best either. It takes quite some time to load. It takes 2.2 seconds to load what they call the largest contentful paint, which is the preview of a site that can be used visually by a user. And then you have the entire analysis of where things can be improved. Whenever you click somewhere, you get a lot of information of what's going on. So we see a lot of heavy pictures actually on this page that could be reduced in terms of size to make this page load faster, go faster. And maybe you may think that, well, 2.2 seconds, that's pretty fast. And it is. I have seen websites that load in 3, 4, sometimes 5 seconds or more, which is ridiculously long. Whenever you increase just a percentage of in terms of the page load, you're using potential clients. So I could find the formula. I don't remember it precisely, but it goes drastically down. Basically, if something, I believe it is, if something takes more than 2.5 seconds. You're losing, I think it's 25% of people that have not, if it doesn't load right away, they just click somewhere else, leave that website and do something else, go on a different website. And if it's over 3-4 seconds, it's like you're dropping 50, 60, 70% of people. That's how impatience translates now into the success of a website. So If you have a website that loads slow, and it starts to become slow with 2.2, that's why there's a C, then you're losing the possibility to talk to those people, because if they don't stay on the page, obviously you lose completely the possibility to talk to those people. You may say, well, I don't care, because only those who are not impatient that are important for me. You may be right, but at the same time, if you are investing into ads, Facebook ads, Google ads, or if you have social media campaigns where you are trying to drive people into something that you've been setting up, something like a 5-day challenge or boot camp where you explain how you work in terms of helping people stop smoke or getting out of a depression or how to gain back self-esteem. I mean, these are all things where you invest a lot of your time to make things work. And when it comes to Google ads or Facebook ads, you're not investing only your time, you're also investing your money now. So it's quite important that these pages load and keep people engaged in the funnel so that you actually can achieve your objective, which is inform those people about your services and have a certain percentage, the highest percentage possible, transform them into paying clients, sessions that you're offering. So I did the same test with Jasmine's website, which is this one here, Jasmine Peters. She's in Germany. And Jasmine's website loads approximately the same, so 2.8 seconds is a little bit slower. It's a C here. And now I would like you, these are all websites which have been designed with a platform. So if I go to Jasmine's here, which is on 2.8, if I go on this website and I do a right click with my mouse and I go to view page source, very quickly I will know if this is a WordPress website or something else. I do a search here, find WordPress, and we see here there's a WordPress 5.9.3 version. So we see it as a WordPress website. Let's have a quick look at Stephanie's page, right click, view page source. If this is a WordPress website as well, WordPress plugin, yes, and she has Yoast installed, which is a search engine optimization plugin that allows to optimize websites. So we find ourselves here basically with two WordPress websites, which explains that they're a little bit slower. And now let's compare this. So we had here, again, we had Stephanie with 2.2, and we have Jasmine with 2.8, and compare this with our landing page design for my website, Hypnotherapy Stef Becker. It loads in under 0.5, not even 0.4 seconds, and it gets a performance of A with 100% optimized, and the structure, everything is fine here, and that makes a big difference when it comes to converting. So if a page loads with a snap, you know what happens. People are instantly engaged and know that they continue reading. But obviously, when they arrive on that page, which is very important as well now, is that everything you want them to know engages them as well. It's not good enough that your page loads fast. If what you're saying is not appealing to them, then they won't necessarily scroll down or continue to investigate on the page. So that's why here there's a big title with one simple thing: get back on track with Stef. So whatever that may be, get on track. I don't know. Maybe they want to stop smoking, self-esteem issues, confidence issues, achieving goals, whatever. But it tells them something that caters to everyone, and they know that I'm a certified RGT practitioner, and they can get a free discovery call. So everything, and then obviously very important to have a face with somebody looking at you straight into your eyes. That increases conversion rates, and then they continue scrolling down. Then they go into the details, and everything is on one single page when it comes to my web page. So that was speed. Let's go to the next point. By the way, if you have questions watching this, just please don't hesitate. Add your comments, your questions right underneath the video. I should be able to see them. Let me check if I'm actually able to. I don't see it here, but anyway, I just hope that I'm actually live, because I didn't get a feedback. Let's hope I'm not talking to myself. Okay, good. The next point is here. keep it fast. We had it designed for the right device. Okay, when it comes to designing for the right device, basically what it means, like we have to design both for PC or Mac or laptop and for mobile access tab and mobile phones. So how do we take care of that when it comes to a landing page builder? I mean, for WordPress, it's usually a little bit more complex because, well, you have to optimize specifically for mobile. Look how it is. And then there's CC styling. CC stands for custom style sheet. So there's a lot more work involved, and you most likely need a programmer, a web developer taking care of that. Whereas with a landing page builder, which has been designed for people like me and you, we are able to do it ourselves. And that's a big advantage, both in terms of cost, but also in terms of time, because it takes less time. And we're able to do what we'd like to do. So let me open very quickly to show you what I mean. The interface of a landing page builder. And here we go, sharing my screen again. So this is the smoking landing page that you saw earlier, right? And in Convertri, this is how the desktop version looks in Convertri. So you have this, pretty much what you see is what you get, and that's never the case in WordPress, or almost never. So you see the entire page. You see those green lines that indicate, that help you actually to position text versus the images where everything goes. You have here the possibility to add text, images, elements, and you go into text and you change the text if that's what you want to do. So you do it right away on the spot. So that's very important. But we were talking about desktop version versus mobile. And now let me show you how easy that is with a landing page builder such as Convertri here. You see those two buttons in the top corner here. You see desktop and mobile. So if I click on mobile, what I get is the mobile site, the mobile version. So basically, everything you see here as a line will follow up to the very top, and this is how it looks on mobile. So you now see that sometimes things are a little bit there's a little bit more space sometimes between one portion of text and the other. So it's very easy to just grab those elements and drag them around where you want them to be. And whenever you've done your changes on the mobile version that you see here, and by the way, whenever I have designed a desktop version, the mobile version is built in the background right away. So you just go to mobile just to verify and validate that everything is the way you want, and you modify the small little things. You don't need to redesign everything for mobile. It's already there available for you, and you do the small little changes to adapt it. And whenever you're happy with that page, you click on Save, Publish, and it's done. And it's really, I guarantee it's very fast and easy to do. So that's when it comes to mobile versus desktop, designed for the right device, because we know today that mobile is, generally speaking, at least in the US, Canada, here, North America, it's about 80% of the overall use when it comes to the web. So most people, 80% or sometimes more, access everything they do via mobile. So mobile first is what we call that type of design. We design first for mobile. When you have to optimize anything, you would first optimize for mobile. And on WordPress, it's the same, but more tricky, takes more time, and mobile pages on WordPress take more time to load. So you have always these problems, which is why I strongly recommend to have a landing page builder, to use a landing page builder on top of a website. I built even my website with a landing page builder because it is so fast and it's so easy to build my website. I just add a menu on top and then I have a website, right? I could add different pages and I could replicate very easily what you see here on Stephanie's website or on Jasmine's website. I could replicate that almost identically with a landing page builder, but I could do it faster, obviously. But I did my other websites that I have them under WordPress as well, because there are functionalities that I use that I would not want to have under a landing page builder. For example, online courses. If you need functionality, like an evolved functionality, like online courses, obviously you need specific plugins, specific development interfaces and functionality that you cannot get on the landing page builder. A landing page builder has been designed to have visually appealing images, videos, and text integrated in such a way that a page loads fast without heavy functionality. So let's have a look at the next step on our site here, on our best practices for landing pages. And the next point here is test and update your landing pages. So when it comes to testing, that's actually incredibly easy to do with a landing page builder. So a landing page builder, I'm trying to open one page to actually show you that. Give me 1 second. Here it is. Pulling this over to my screen here. And I'm opening a landing page. Just give me a second. I will show what I'm doing in a second once I have the page actually showing up so that you can see what I mean by that. Loading the page here. So what you see here on this screen here are all the pages that we're currently working on for my website and landing pages. When I say website, it's just this home page here actually. All the others here are individual pages that we created simply by click and clone. And I can reposition them just for a better overview. So we have here, you'll see here my home page. The wall of love is where my testimonials are. This is the smoking landing page I just saw earlier. Then I have here a page for each of the programs I'm selling where people can purchase the program, a 30-day program. We have the 60-day program and the 90-day program. We have also something called a video deepener that I offer as a specific service. And we have a main sales page set up where people can make their selection between the different programs. But if I wanted to test anything, any page of this, let's say I wanted to optimize this page. Okay, here's a button called split testing. You may see this here on the lights on the right-hand side. Whenever I go to split testing, I have the possibility to select the page and then to split that page. What will be done in that case by split testing is like I create a second version of the same page, a clone really, like identical clone. It just has a different name for the URL, obviously, because you need a different address for the page. But then I will change just one element in that page. Let's say, for example, on my page I have Stef, I have the title, Get Back on Track with Stef, and then I have a button, the discovery call, and I would like to test if that discovery call button would be better placed to the right or further down or in a different color or whatever. Whatever I want to test, I do it on the clone, and now I can drive traffic on both pages, which will be separated between one version versus the other version A versus version B. And if I have a statistically significant result after some time of testing, and I know version B performed better than version A, then I will simply replace version A with a version C, and I will test it to the winner of the last week. So it's an ongoing process where I replace pages that were performing. I keep pages that perform well, and I drop pages that had a lower conversion rate. And for the next week, I take that, I keep that page, add a new page, and do 1-2 changes, very small changes in that page, to test what works best. And time over time, I can. And it's easy to do with a landing page builder because it's done for that, right? It's done for testing, for split testing. And split testing, to do that on a WordPress website or on a Wix website or a Squarespace or whatever, trust me, it's a pain in the butt. It's absolutely, because you have to copy that page. You have to, and it's not easy to copy that page on not as easy on WordPress to do. And to modify it, because whenever you modify it now, if you want to do replace the image, change the title, and change the buttons, you spend much more time. Whereas it's done almost on the fly on a landing page builder. And when it comes to marketing, it is not just for a hypnotherapist or any type of service. It's not just about having a website. It's not just about having a landing page, but it's very importantly the process of continuous optimization of not only the page, but the entire funnel that you are leading people to a purchase of a session. And we have several wheels in that marketing funnel. We have the web page, the home page, then we have the product pages. Let's say somebody's interested in stop smoking. So there's now the stop smoking page, home page, stop smoking page. Now we add the discovery call. That's a third element. In the discovery call, we have certain questions that they answer. So each element in that funnel can be optimized, right? And to do that with WordPress or Wix is quite difficult. It's a pain in the butt so much that in the past when we did that, because we did it, we at some point, it's just like too tiresome. We just abandoned testing. We did just 1-2 tests, and then we said, okay, leave it at that, and that's it. But now with Convertry, whenever my page is up and running, we will do a lot of testing because it's so easy to do. We just drive the traffic in the top of the funnel, and then the funnel sends half of the traffic to that page, and the other traffic visits to the other page. And then a week later or 2 weeks later, we know there were 500 people visiting this page and maybe 499 on that page because it's really evenly distributed. But then suddenly we see, oh, version A, I don't know, 10 people converted to take a discovery call. And on the other, version B, only 5.6% converted. Okay, that means that something on this page works better. So we get rid of this page. Little by little, you increase the conversion rates. You create an optimized page. And why is that important? Well, if you drive paid traffic to a page into a funnel, you want those pages to do what they're supposed to do as much as possible. So if you're paying, let's say, $500 to have 100 people visiting your page, and 5% equals 5 people will book the discovery call, versus the other version, $500, 100 visits, 10%, 10 people of those 100, 10 people take a discovery call. Well, guess what? There's one version transforming twice as much people into what you want them to do, like book a discovery call with you, which means that your $500 invested in the top of the funnel is twice as valuable. And if you do this month over month, $500 each month to drive people into your funnels, well, I hope you begin to understand how important it is to have optimized pages, because otherwise you will lose money. Your money is not working for you in the right way. You want it to be optimized as much as possible to get as much out of that investment as you can. And the same is valid if you don't invest money, but if you invest time. If you have a social media campaign, you want to make sure that your page is optimized. So that's basically what this means. So let's go back to another point on our list for best practices in regards to landing pages. And this is this last point. So we just talked about test and update your landing pages. Consider using a template. Okay, templates make things so much easier to set up, design beautifully looking pages that convert well from the get-go, that I would not want to live without templates. As easy as that. Now, when you are on Wix, Squarespace, whatever, you have templates for websites, right? Website homepage templates with nice menus and etc. You have choice, but it's not so evident to have landing page website templates, landing page templates. So that again, that's where landing page builders shine, because they have the possibility to have different templates built in. So again, let me show you what that means. Loading this page here. 1 second. Here we go. So what you see here is an overview of all the pages that we have in one specific funnel we have a 5-day challenge, we have a lead generation funnel. We, at some point in time in my agency, we did dental marketing. Then you have here hypnotherapy marketing, which will be a web page that we're building. So a lot of pages. Now let's say that I wanted to build a completely new funnel with new landing pages. So I go here, create new. I could import a funnel too, and that's how you will be able. I mean, students with us will be able to actually get a copy of all our funnels that we are designing, that we know are working for hypnotherapists. But you can create your own funnel very easily new. You just click here and boom, now you have all these templates coming up. And you just pick one, you just select one, and whenever you do that, let's just like pick any one here, like here, this one, a diet funnel, okay? And you select the funnel, the domain where it should show up. That would be your domain name. You create it, and then Convertri creates that page for you and adds it to that domain right away. So basically, you now have the entire diet funnel with all the pages already set up, and each of those pages can now be customized by you. You can replace the images, you can replace the text, you do with it what you want. You see, it's like the same design that you saw earlier for my website, hypnotherapy, for HypnoStef. But you see how easy and fast it goes now to adapt pages. If there's a design that you like, you just take the template, install it on your domain, and you start designing. And again, it's WYSIWYG. It's what you see is what you get. You can design it and there are hundreds of templates. So those templates are not just any templates. Those templates have been pre-designed by a team of conversion optimization specialists, in this case with Convertri. So these pages are known to convert well. They respect already all the best practices that you should be taken care of or taken into consideration when it comes to landing page design. So that makes things a lot easier as well. So long story short, that's everything I wanted to show you today. So don't hesitate to get back to me with questions if there are any. And I will explain that. I will be happy to respond to your questions and comments that you add either underneath this video or in the main comment section of the Facebook group. Also know that next week, Thursday, I will. I'm not sure if I can go online because I will be traveling. I will be in Germany for a week. I will try. It depends of the speed of the internet connection that I will encounter during my travel. And if I'm able, then I will come online. Otherwise, we will meet again in 2 weeks from now. So that's about it for today. Again, if you've got questions, please do so. Don't hesitate to send them my way. I will be happy to answer them. And I say I wish you a nice Thursday. Have a nice weekend, which is coming up very soon. And I talk to you soon. Bye-bye.